Welcome back. I now have the privilege to speak with a legendary presence in South African broadcasting. He is a formidable news anchor, former head of ENCA, and of course was the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Jeremy Maggs, goeiemôre, good morning, good morning. Jeremy. Jeremy? It seems like we have a little bit of a technical difficulty. We are just trying to sort that out. And you are more than welcome to also let us know what your favorite book is. Make sure you follow us on social media platforms and let's hear from you. It would be interesting to know what your favorite book is. So nou wil ek net gou vasstel of ons gas daar is, want ons gesels vanoggend met die legendariese Jeremy Maggs. Goed, so intussen gaan ek jou ook aanraai om gerus met ons kontak te maak op sosiale media en vir ons te laat weet wat jou gunsteling boek is. My mede-aanbieder Razan is weer hier by my. Raz? Ja. Ons is so lekker gesels oor internasionale boekedag. En is nou jammer dat ons nie meer kans gehad het om 'n bietjie te hoor van Pieter se gunsteling boeke ook nie. Maar ek dink dit is werklik 'n belangrike dag om ook daai passie vir lees dalk ook te kweek, jy weet.
Dit is so belangrik. My man, I call him a voracious reader because he reads almost between 70 and 80 books a year. He's a fast reader and he reads different stuff. So he'll read stuff that he's read before, so see classics, so see your Jane Austen or your Emily Bronte of Agatha Christie, love at work. Maar daai passie en liefde vir lees het hy ook vir ons kinders gegee. En dit is fantasties om te sien. Elke aand as ek by die huis kom na my radioprogram, dan gesels ons en ek sit bietjie in die bed met hulle, maar hulle lees. They have reading time every evening. En ek dink dit is belangrik om dit te begin van kleins af. Dat dit nie net skerms en games en daai tipe goed nie. There's place for that and there's also place for Jeremy Maggs and you're going to chat to him now.
I am so excited. So let's do it. Jeremy, goeiemôre, good morning to you.
Elsa, goeiemôre, good morning to all of you. Have we established contact? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. So I'm going to jump right into this interview because I've got a lot of questions.
Let's do it.
We are coming out of the Easter weekend and I want to ask you about a tradition at the Maggs house where you write a test before dinner. Can you tell me more about that, please?
I am horrified that you even know this information, Elsa, about me. But yes, it's absolutely true. I come from a very competitive family, and I believe that if you're going to have an Easter dinner, you've got to work for your lunch. So I normally put together a little quiz for people based on their areas of interest. And if they get to answer the question correctly, then they win an Easter egg and they also win the right to have lunch. If they don't, I'm afraid, weg is hulle. They're gone. I'll find someone else to come and have lunch with me.
It sounds good to me. Now, you are a household name, and yet you've often said that Anne was the real journalist. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Well, you know, it's after many, many decades of being married. I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any, Elsa, to pay tribute to one's wife. But yes, we started out in newspapers together many, many years ago. We worked in the Eastern Cape, certainly during the height of the political violence. And she was always a much better journalist on a newspaper. She was always a much better journalist than I was because I think she is more dogged, she's more tenacious, and she pays a lot more attention, Elsa, to detail than I do. Plus, she's a much better writer, and she has a lot more empathy, and all round, she's a 100% better journalist. But again, we're always very, very competitive, and if she wants her Easter lunch, Elsa, she's also got to participate in that quiz.
That's also good to know and interesting to know. Now, speaking of the political unrest, you came up as a journalist during a time that was hostile toward the media. I know you were close to members of the so-called Bang Bang Club. So my question is, was it difficult to stay committed to the truth when it wasn't always safe?
Well, first of all, let me reflect on the famous Bang Bang Club. As your audience might or might not know, Elsa, it was a group of photographers who were committed to finding the truth at every possible turn, and they really put themselves in danger during a very tumultuous time. One of the members of that club was a man called Kevin Carter, who tragically many years later took his own life. So Kevin and I and my younger brother, we grew up together. He lived one house away from us, and we were very, very close. And it remains one of the great tragedies of journalism in South Africa, but also personally, because I was devastated when he took his own life. But we don't need to talk about that. What I will say is, during that time, I certainly didn't work the field as he did. More difficult to find the truth, because you were always working with two particular problems. One is a very difficult police force, security police, who were trying everything for you not to uncover the truth. And the second thing was just the violence that existed in the province.
But stay tuned for the rest of the program right after this. Okay.